specification. Give me 2 weeks to deliver. Give me 3 weeks to deliver. When somebody has ordered, it means money as exchanger. Then you can now go and borrow money. You can even show your. That's why people say there's no money. If you show somebody now that has money, your family member that really has money, and you show him an order, let's say it's 20 order from Junior, he can see it wasn't fake, and he has the money. Tell me who will not give you. And if you're even smart, you say you give me 5%. But I just want to appreciate you, 5% or whatever. And even though the person may reject the 5%, you will appreciate that thing. So it's not money, it's just understanding the strategy and the position that we need to make. Next. Okay, facts. People get their apps upgraded regularly, but do not upgrade themselves. Keep challenging yourself to think better, do better, and do what? Be better. Robin Sharma. People upgrade their apps. Many of us upgrade our phones. We change, and a lot of stuff we do. But what happens when it comes to training? They say it's 20,000. They say, 20,000. Long. We are poor. We are poor. You don't know that those of us who are training you, some of our courses are $3,500 that we use to learn some of this we're learning. Some are $5,000. There's some information you can't pick on the streets. There's some quality information you can't get for free. I don't care what the event is. There's some information that you can't pick on the street. And there's some information that has to be given to you only one-on-one. The two of you talking. So really, many of us are really disservicing ourselves. Are we together now? When we think we should upgrade, when we think we should invest. One of my mentors, Leke Alga, has this coaching program he does. And they publicized that. I was reading on his Facebook page. And this guy said, okay, there's no money. The coach is paid. And I don't know who is doing social media. The person said, there's no money and you are well suited or wearing designer suit. Because the guy's profile picture was him wearing very bad designer suits. And then he was saying he couldn't afford 5,000 and 60,000 for the yearly package or whatever. So, and guess what he replied? He said, I package you, now you teach us. And the person didn't reply him. I said, he's a stupid guy. Because it's true. You think that it's expensive, are you with me now, to pay for coaching from one of the best minds in the world when it comes to branding? It's expensive. And if you want to make money, it doesn't make sense. Because it means you don't even value, even if it gives you free, you won't value it. You won't value it. And let me tell you this, what really changed my coaching career and consulting career, do you know it? Was when I started paying. Because it cost me money to travel to US, to UK, to pay for that thing. Two things happened to my mind. Number one, I said to myself, this money I must make it back. So even before coming to Nigeria, I'm already strategizing. How do I now teach what I've paid £1,600 for? Okay, I know they won't pay me that same amount, but can I break that down and be able to make something for myself? How can I implement what I've learned? Because it cost me flight ticket, hotel accommodation, and all of that. So what happens to you whenever you pay for upgrading yourself is that every information given to you, you maximize it. But when you get it for free, even though you'll be appreciative, like, oh, the man gave me free, I'm grateful, but it's doing you harm. I'm not joking, it's doing you harm. Because your level of hunger to implement and execute will be low. Is this making sense at all? Yes. Huh? I don't know whether some of you have had that experience where you use your last card to learn something. Your brain, all your mental data will wake up. That this thing, I didn't eat, because I wanted to learn this thing. So when whatever you are taught is like gold in your hands. Okay, next. Looking for great business opportunities next. Okay, ways to upgrade your web portfolio next. Number one, multiply your streams of income. Diversify your streams of income. Have multiple sources of income. Write that down. And that's the essence of this training. That's why we are now teaching you 20 businesses you want to do. In the 21st century, it is no longer enough. You can no longer make money by just saying you have one source of income. It won't work. Okay? I have one of my proteges here who I met a couple of years ago. She won my what's it called? My blog challenge. And she was studying nutritionist or something. She just got a very high-paying job at ITEL, and she sent me a testimonial just thanking me. She's here with her two sisters. But today she's happy. She just got a good job. The pay itself, is ridiculous, and she's excited. But ask her 2 years from now. You see, that excitement will have disappeared because her expenditure, the money she spent, will have risen, are you saying now, to match what she's making. At that point, she will no longer be excited about that money anymore. So the rule has been that it is wisdom to have multiple sources of income. For you to be financially free, let money be coming from different direction. So me alone, forget my companies. Me alone, I make money when I speak. So people invite me to speak, they pay me. I make money from my books. I make money from videos that I do. Are you seeing them? I make money from coaching and consulting. Well, I mentioned 5, right? Just me. Just on me. So that is really how you can build wealth. Have sources, more than one sources of what? Of income. Okay? Next. Don't think one-dimensional. Explore all ways that you can what? Make money. However, the secret here is that do your SWOT analysis very well. Your strengths, your weakness, your what? Your opportunities and your what? Your talent. All over the world, whenever I teach on business opportunities, people get to ask me, Mr. Stephen, which one do you think I should do? And I keep telling them, you are asking the wrong question. I don't know you. You know yourself. When we are talking this business opportunity, this other business, you know which one you can easily do. It's not me that will tell you. But what I have realized that has made people make conversation like that is greed. They will tell you which one makes more money. Which one brings in more money. And it's not true. When I started bulk SMS business and digital marketing, I remember friends would tell me that, are you sure there's money in that? Some of them will look at me and say, are you okay? You said this is the business, like this one you call business, or you didn't have a job, and this is what you are now doing. Are you saying? But today has that not paid off? So don't be greedy to just decide what you want to do based on what you think one brings more money. And that's the circle we run in Africa. They say recharge card business brings money. Everybody's rushing to recharge card. They say now it has changed. It's now cryptocurrency. Crypto. You don't know jack about crypto, you rush into it. That's how many people also lose their money on MMM. And I say it anywhere, MMM did not scam you, and it's not a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme, and they told you. The best thing anybody can do to you is to tell you that, number one, when I went to their site, I read it. Use your spare money. You can lose it. They said it clearly. I read it. Somebody now said he put in 20 million to MMM. And I never read it. He was saying that and he had the guts to even say it. Doesn't that make him look stupid? As foolish that you put in 20 million to something, you didn't even read what they stated on the site. Are you getting where we're going now? So it's important that we do analysis. You do your SWOT analysis. Most people lost money on MMM were those who don't have knowledge. My brother was sharing with me that he did MMM briefly, but he didn't lose money. But even though he did, he kept telling everybody don't do it. And he didn't lose money. Because people who understand investment principles will teach you that you divide your money into 3 phases. one portion of your money should be into low risk investment. Another portion of your money should go into mid-risk investment. Another portion of your money should go into high-risk investment like MMM. And when you make money from those high-risk investments, what do? Take your profit and put it back on the low and the mid. Don't put the money back. But what many people do, once they make money from the MMM, they gather money from cousin, uncle, generational, all their generational wealth. Some sold their family money and everything and put it. That's why you saw people commit suicide. Again, they did not get the information you guys are getting. And yet, they invested everything. They tell your neighbor, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Next. What's going on? Next. Stop expecting your job to fund your vision. Your vision is probably bigger than your what? Your paycheck. This will help those of you who are running business now. Who are still working somewhere. So if you want to run business, don't think your paycheck, don't think your salary, think partners, think family, think investors. Okay? That's a training for another day. Next. So let's go straight into today's core training, which is 20 businesses you can do on the internet and make millions in 90 days if you give it all that it requires. Okay? Next. Okay, you've done that already. Number one business today we're teaching is blogging. Okay? Is what? It's blogging. And I have, today's training is very interesting because I have some people who have been doing it. V is a blogger, and started his blogging business. Okay, when did you start V Niger?
2 years ago.
Huh?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, what's your traffic?
Gets 50,000 per day.
50,000 per day. Wow! You broke this thing up. I think you should clap for him. Wow, you broke this. This is impressive. Okay, so really, blog business is one of the most profitable businesses you can do. And we don't need to convince you further. Not too far from here is Banana Island. And a woman just bought it, but she didn't need a cage. I don't know if you saw a recent video. She did a video recently. And she was just doing shakara. They will come. Yeah, that they will come. Narrating her story when she started her business. How she would go drop proposal, nobody will answer her. She will, sit there waiting for them. And I recently event, she did some event months ago. That how many bands came? 4 bands. She wrote, I think 4, okay, and all of them sponsored. All. That in fact recently a particular bank came and said they want to give her 500 million to her business. And she said no. Okay, so very humble beginning, but sweet story today. But the reality is blogging is one of the most profitable businesses in the world, and it will keep going higher. More people will need to go into blogging. More businesses will need bloggers to succeed. Okay, and more bloggers will make money. But you need to know how to do it right. Next, one of the major rules when it comes to blogging. Next, I'm going to be sharing some rules to you. These are some of the most successful blogs in Nigeria. Some. Smart Passive Income is an internet business blog. Naira Land, Bella Ninja is a wedding blog. Not just okay, it's a music blog. TechPloy is a technology blog. And Nige is the only blog that is general of all of them. And that leads me to number one secret to become a successful blogger. Pick a niche. The money is in the niches. Okay? Can you tell your neighbor the money is in the niches? The money is in the niches. So do not do blog in all the topics. She can start a blog on hair. Just educating people different types of hair, how to reduce your hair, how to look good with your hair, and all of that. And before you know it, not only will she be able to sell more hair, more people who have products related to beauty will be calling her to put the advert on her what? On her blog. Is this making sense at all? Which is one of the mistakes V is making. V, what's your blog about? What's the niche?
News and entertainment.
Huh?
News and entertainment.
News and entertainment. You see? It's not niche based. That's the point. It's not niche based. News and entertainment. That's even too wide.
General.
It's too general. And the big boys will eat you raw. Eat you raw. News, you already have Sahara Reporter doing that. You already have Nige doing that. Entertainment, you have Linda playing that field, as Bella too is in that field, but you see she's specialized. Even though sometimes you see run general content, but specialized. The real specialty of Linda is not even entertainment or lifestyle, it's gossip. And that's really what, and you can see that even the way she writes her stuff. It's like, no stop saying that from me here and so person has done this. You don't say you get it from me. You know, it's more of gossip. So the money is in the niches. Having a blog on hair, having a blog on prayeragainstmyenemies.com, for example, I teach this often and people laugh, but it's a niche blog where you just talk on prayers. Having a blog on photography, that's how Pinterest became very successful. You even see that, even when it comes to social media, do you know that over 1,000 social media are launched every day, globally? But the ones that even become viable are the ones that are niche-based, like Snapchat coming out, like Instagram when they started, because it was about taking pictures. Then Snapchat came about, and then you have Pinterest. And so even when it comes to anything online, it's about niche. That's why we say the money is in the niches. Pick a unique niche nobody is thinking about. E.g., he that works with a pastor can start a blog on pastornews.com, where all his updates on pastors, what has happened to a pastor, and it will sell. Pastornews.com. It will sell like wildfire. So pick a niche. Don't just say you want to teach on everything. Number 2 secret to having a successful blog is to automate your content and discover how to get evergreen content. Okay? So discover how to get evergreen content and automating it. So discover how to get evergreen content and what? Automating it. There are softwares that you can use for this. You will need to get a more detailed video. You need to go online. You need to read more, because we cannot teach everything in how many hours we have? 3 hours we have today. You can't teach everything. So you need to do more research. But part of it, you need softwares to help you to get more evergreen content. You need Google Alert will also help you. When you use Google Alert, you do hashtag the topic that the niche you are covering. So whenever anybody writes anything in the world around that niche, Google will send you a link of that write-up. It's one of the ways to be able to get evergreen content, because in that industry, Google keeps bringing those contents to you. So your job is that once you now get it, what do? You edit it. Are we together now? And you write it in a way that you are not plagiarizing. E.g., the news may be from Sahara Reporter, and you give it the title again. How so person stole Nigerian money. And then you are saying the news got to us by Sahara Reporter that so person did this and did this and did this and did this and did this. At the end of the day, by the time you write the story, you have not plagiarized, because you've acknowledged the source of the story, and you keep saying, according to Sahara Reporters, they said this. According to Sahara Reporters, they do what they said this. So there's a way you rewrite the story, even though it wasn't your original story, and you still, you know. So, but you need to have evergreen content, particularly if you are playing in its own field, like news. News require latest, fresh, okay? But if you are not playing in the news market, any market, just then also leverage on RSS feed. You can get RSS feed of 50 leading blog in that niche. So if you are into tourism blog, you want to get RSS feed of or get a list. If in case you don't understand RSS feed, just tell your designer. Just write an RSS feed. Okay? So, because some of us are not programmers, so we don't understand this. But do research on 50. Please write these things down. Your brain can't carry it. I tell people the shortest pen is smarter than the best brain. Can I say that again? The shortest pen is what? Is smarter than the best brain. Okay? Your brain is bound to forget 25% of what you learned today. By tomorrow, 50% of what you learned today is out of your brain. In the next 1 week, 25% is out. It is the remaining 25% that will be your subconscious. Scientifically proven.
So you always have to write.
So you always have to write. So that you go back to it. That's why if you don't read, you don't pass the exam. A lot of you have, even when you have best of teachers, you still have to read the notes to pass. Because your brain has forgotten a good part of it. Okay, but no problem, you will still need to buy the video. So don't worry, don't write. So you buy the recording of this tape and watch. But number 2, like I said, part of it, write a list of 50 sites in that niche. So if you're into tourism, go and Google 20 top tourism sites in the world, 20 top tourism sites in Nigeria, 20 top, and then subscribe to their feeds. So whenever they write anything, you'll be able to see it. And you can now rewrite their own story and publish. Is this making sense at all? So that way you'll be able to offer fresh content. Number 3, learn how to generate traffic to your site. This is where digital marketing comes from, which also relates to the law